Hold on, stop. Welcome back to the Shit Show 2.0.
Okay, boomer.
Damn millennials. Wow.
Did not know that. Even flirters who are obviously mentally ill.
Oh, this is gonna go downhill real quick.
What is going on? And welcome to Take on the World with
Yo.
Jay Dilliac.
The truly man.
The truly man.
Don't make fun of me. There's no such thing as a truly man. And
Lexi.
Lexi's back with us again.
Mm-hmm.
She's been absent the last couple.
I have.
What's been going on in your world there, Lex?
Let's see. I hiked a total of, I think,
1,000 miles.
16 miles this week.
I would walk 500 miles.
And I would walk 500 more.
I'd walk 500 more.
You might. That was really fun. Got to see some really nice things, views. Some really nice views. Broke my tailbone in February.
You broke your coccyx?
My sacral.
You're just making up words.
Broke that. That was pretty fun. For a while, it was just hard to breathe. It hurt.
Completely severed?
Yeah, completely severed.
Is like a little piggy's tail hanging down there?
Do you have to have surgery?
Kind of. So what they said was, as long as it heals properly, I don't. But there are like rare cases where like it won't heal properly, and
They put your butt in a cast?
You have to have surgery essentially.
No, do they have your butt in a cast now?
No. I do. I'm supposed to like sit on like more comfortable surfaces, like softer surfaces.
So like not the chair you're sitting on now.
Yeah, but it's fine.
Mahogany
It's fine.
captain's chairs?
Do you want John to go upstairs and get your pillow? Because I'll send him.
No, it's fine.
I'll send you.
Thanks for the invite.
Hey, cool. You just want to be helpful, bro.
Yeah, he just wants to be helpful. It's fine.
Just
And
read your fridge while I'm up there.
and I think that's pretty much all I've been up to. Playing D&D, breaking my tailbone,
Right.
hiking.
Awesome.
Yep.
And Johnny, what have you been up to? We took 2 weeks off here taping.
What have I been up to? You don't want to know.
Okay, fair enough.
Stuff.
Johnny and I are still preparing for our trip. Had a little snow this week.
Yeah, we didn't get
Very
snow.
little.
It's April and we got fucking snow.
Actually, I was coming
It's
down.
technically March.
I was coming down out of the mountains, and there was a little bit of snow. And then as we came out, there was nothing. Didn't get shit.
And that's the weather in Pennsylvania this time of year.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll be 70 degrees one day and snow the next.
Did I dream that somebody said we were supposed to get like a snowstorm this week?
If you say snowstorm, I have to smack you now.
I thought that's what they said.
Although I'll take that overtime, bro.
I won't.
I'll take that plowing overtime.
Not me.
I don't even think we just be salting.
We got a little holiday overtime this week. It was
nice.
hard work too. Hard work.
Just ball breaking,
Yes.
back crunching.
The hell? That's Coco chewing on the bone upstairs. Anyhow, so we had a couple exciting weeks. What's our topic today, there, Lexi?
Topic today is
His name rhymes with Kirk.
Kurt Cobain.
We were just commenting on how hard it is to say Kurt Cobain if you say Kurt Cobain.
Kurt Cobain.
You can't say Kurt Cobain. You sound like a moron.
Well,
I always sound like a
I
moron.
was going to say,
Yeah.
how is that different from any other time?
That's
For either one of us, John. I'm not just piling on you. So tell us your little Kurt Cobain story.
Okay. So
Once upon a time,
no.
In Narnia.
So first I want to ask, like, what was your like top song from the 90s?
Twop.
Twop. What's your twop song from the 90s?
Okay, it wouldn't be Nirvana.
It's Nirvana.
Whatever.
Okay, then we'll do this. Tell me your top song and what you think the top song of the decade was, regardless of if you liked it or not.
Oh, the top song of the decade is going to be "Smells Like Teen Spirit."
Absolutely.
Because it was the root of grunge.
Yep.
It like
Gen Xers.
That and Green Day, like defined
Dookie.
that whole grunge thing.
Yeah.
But I was still a Motley Crue fan,
So what's your favorite of the 90s?
Dr. Feelgood.
Dr. Feelgood, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good one. It is.
It's a fucking awesome album.
Dr. Feelgood's good.
Gangster's Paradise.
Oh.
Okay.
And then the Weird Al remake.
No.
Living in Homer's Paradise. I've turned butter once or twice.
I think my favorite song of the 90s would have to be Hit Me Baby One More Time. I'm kidding.
Hold it. Not something by Aaron Carter?
Oh, you're right.
I also like.
Do you know what's funny? Because when we did our
Aaron
concert
Carter.
episode, and if you go back, and I'll link it down below, we did an episode on our favorite concerts and concerts we didn't like, and my least favorite concert was your first concert.
Yes.
And it also was one of Katie's.
Really?
Yes.
Katie was there?
I think Katie was there.
Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense.
So that was Aaron Carter, the Oh Aaron tour.
Oh, Aaron.
I also liked TLC.
TLC's good.
I loved a lot of the club
I
music.
always thought Left Eye was hot. Yeah.
Just stick to the
It was a good song, but that was like, I always like, okay, I like their other shit.
Macy Gray.
Not right.
What the heck? What was that song? Hear me softly.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
That was not a club song.
We're not talking about club songs.
I'm just saying, TLC, they played in the clubs.
Well, I was thinking like soulful.
Yeah, soulful.
You know.
Like,
As
Barry
far-
White?
As far as the 90s, I was stuck on like Led Zeppelin,
Oh yeah.
The Clash.
Well, hold on, you were like a spiked-haired punk rock motherfucker.
Yes, I was. Well, let me tell you the story. So, I was like a fucking.
Fuck me, I guess.
Yeah.
This is my podcast, damn it.
Let me tell my story, woman.
So yeah, I listened to
Talk to my daughter like that again, I'm gonna punch you in the mouth.
the delayed reaction there.
Because it was funny too.
So, I listened to like Led Zeppelin. Oh God, I can't think of
The Clash.
Clash.
You said that.
All that old like 70s music because that's what my dad always played. And then come the 90s, my sisters were all into Nirvana.
Nirvana.
Yeah.
It's not Nirvana.
I was in one of their videos. It's like, and welcome the band Nirvana.
That's because some tweaky dude who doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, that was one of their music videos.
Yeah, it was in
Yeah, they were introducing it by like someone didn't know who they were.
Yeah.
Like Elvis Presley.
Yeah, I can see them. I forget what the
Elvis
video
Parsley.
was. Elvis Parsley.
Not while I'm drinking. Dark beer in the nose hurts. I'll have a blue Christmas without you.
So
that one's for you, Katie.
So I got into that slightly, and not too much, but it was there because both my sisters were like really into that. And then we moved back to PA, and that's when I started. I met one of my friends, and he was all into punk rock music. And then I shifted. I went to all like, I still love Led Zeppelin and like CCR and all those great like.
Oh, yeah,
But like when we first met, we talked a lot about punk rock because we both love the same punk rock bands.
Yeah.
Like my music take, as we said in our concert episode,
very,
which
very
I'm
large,
linking below, is very eclectic.
Mm-hmm.
I like a lot, and Lexi and Nathan.
I'm a similar way.
Like I've always said, I like music if it has a good beat. Like it doesn't matter; it could be anything, as long as it makes you feel some kind of way. Like
I have a rule.
It could be rap. It could be whatever.
I don't judge a song until I've heard it 3 times. Once I listen to the music, once I listen to the lyrics, and the third time I listen to it all together, and how it blends. And I what's that?
I have a really good song for you to listen to then.
No, if I have to listen to a horrible song 3 times, you might get punched.
I go straight for feeling. Like if I don't like it right away, done. I don't.
I'm the same in the car.
There's a country song that I did not like the first time I heard it, And now every time it comes on, I sing along with it. I like it. But I didn't give it a chance. But when I did give it a chance, when I went back to my original rule, listening to it 3 times, it fits. It goes good.
I even like Frankie Valli. I love Frankie Valli.
Harry Connick Jr.
Okay.
I love him. And Frank Sinatra. I love that.
Did you ever see that movie Copycat with Harry Connick Jr.? I
like Connick Jr.
That's how he got caught. They're coughing. He ran out of weed and got busted. Trying to buy more weed.
What I was going to say, though, is that I think
Did I ever tell you I wrestled with Iron Sheik? The night after,
I never knew that.
Listen, the night after he flew to Texas, the next week when he left Texas, he got busted in the airport with weed.
You told me that, yeah.
But what I was saying is that I think John is the age that, I wish I was, if that makes sense. I wish I could have experienced the 90s at an older age.
Oh, okay. I get that.
That was my teenage years.
Yeah,
that's the height of Nirvana.
That's when I wish that I would have been a teen.
Honestly, I did not like Nirvana because my sister liked them, and I was I wanted to identify as
I don't want to like what she likes.
Right.
He wanted to identify as his own person, but now he's just his sister.
What?
You just listen to what
she just said you have a vagina.
I'm gay?
She just said you have a vagina.
Your sister's gay?
Wait, what? What is happening here?
Whoa! I think we're off course.
Yeah, what happened?
No, because you were saying how your sister was oh, read this book, read this book, read this book. You just listen to
That's
what
my older sister,
anyway.
yeah. I can't, I'm not a big reader.
You can't read.
I don't know how to read.
Come out, say it.
Don't know how to read.
That's the...
Like SpongeBob when he does the essay and he holds up the paper and it's just the really, really, big and, eclectic word the, written out in, script. Oh, my gosh. So, anyways, like we were saying...
before we went way off topic.
Smells Like Teen Spirit, probably, the top song in the 90s.
It is. It defined the 90s.
It defined the 90s. It kind of, Bleach and Nevermind defined, grunge.
But isn't Smells Like Teen Spirit kind of a creepy name for a song?
Smells Like Teen Spirit...
It's about deodorant.
Yes, it is.
No.
Well, that was the name.
No, it's about...
Teen Spirit was the deodorant.
Yes, but it's about young girls.
So, it came about Kurt Cobain in the late 80s, I think, the late 80s. He was dating this girl that was in, a spin-off grunge girl band, essentially. It's called, I forget what it's called. It's called Girl something. I don't know.
Oh, I know that band. I actually know that band. I didn't know Hole, but I know that band.
So,
I can play that whole song on guitar. It's not very hard.
Which one? Well, go ahead. But I'll get into it. But they told him that his music would never go anywhere because it's just chords.
Yes, because he played power chords.
Yeah.
And everybody looks down on power chords, and power chords are the best way to do what you want quick.
But power chords. They said it's the lazy man's way to make a song.
Yes.
But
it worked.
It worked for them.
Yeah, it also worked for a
lot of people.
Neil Young.
Yeah. Well,
he's the classic.
He did talk like this.
3-chord king.
Yeah.
So, but he was dating this girl from a different band, and one of the other girls in that band was friends with him, and she spray painted on his wall "Kurt Smells Like Teen Spirit" because Teen Spirit was the brand of deodorant that his girlfriend wore. And he thought it was some sort of revolutionary thing. He didn't realize that this is just a brand of deodorant.
He didn't realize it was an insult?
He didn't realize it was just you smell like your girlfriend's deodorant. He was like, you're fucking right. This is Teen Spirit. Fucking revolution, man. And that's why he named the song Smells Like Teen Spirit. And then it became an anthem.
Better to smell like Teen Spirit than something else to your girlfriend.
Yeah. You smell like fish, Kurt.
Well, so I guess I wanted to start out with his early childhood and the beginning of his life and everything, obviously.
Wait, hold on. What are the first lyrics of that? Load up pumpkins, bring your friends.
I don't know what words you just said. The words that came out of your mouth mean nothing.
It's hard to
Isn't that how Kurt Cobain sounded, guys?
Yeah, right. I'll tell you right now, we'll never get a copyright strike for that rendition.
It's load up on guns, bring your friends.
That's what I said.
That's not what you said.
Yes, it is.
It's fun to lose and to pretend.
That's exactly what I said.
That's not what you said.
Yes.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Because I'm not...
What came out was...
what you're thinking in your head is that. What came out was...
So how is that song about young girls?
Smells Like Teen Spirit. Always put that imagery in my head. The name of the song.
Oh, so that's what you think.
Right, it's just an imagery thing. And also, he says...
Music... Look.
She's overboard and self-assured.
Music is about imagery. The songwriter... And this is why... I digress. This is why I listen to a song 3 times. The songwriter, the lyric writer, will have one thing in mind when he writes the lyrics. The singer may have something else in mind. And then the person who writes the music...
The singer is a songwriter.
Then they coincide. If they wrote the music too, then they coincide. But most of the times that's not the case.
Danzig wrote all the songs for the Misfits.
Lyrics
and sang them.
Yeah.
Lyrics and music?
I don't know about the actual chords of the song.
That's what I mean.
Like he wrote the lyrics and sang the lyrics.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying.
Kurt Cobain wrote the lyrics, helped write the music, and sang and played it.
A songwriter, the lyric writer, and the music writer may see the lyrics 2 different ways, or may feel the song 2 different ways, and the singer may portray it a different way, and that's why you get sometimes like a songwriter say, "Well, this is what I meant when I wrote the song," and you'll have a singer say, "Well, this is what I was thinking of when I wrote the song."
Right.
But as a listener, you may get something completely different from it, and then that's why I like to go back see the history of the.
I'll give you a perfect example.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll give you a perfect example of that. Oh shit! What was that fucking old '70s song?
That's a really good example that you have.
Hold on, no, wait. No, it was just in my head. It was. Run up like a douche, another owner in the night, blinded by the light.
You mean Blinded by the Light?
If you ever read the lyrics, yeah. You get see? She got it. We're totally getting a strike on that.
But there was no douche.
Doesn't he sound like he says douche?
Yeah, but it's revved up like a deuce.
If you read the lyrics, it says revved up like a deuce coupe.
Yes.
And he does not say.
He never says coupe. He drops it. But the lyric writer wrote one thing.
Deuce coupe.
The singer sang something else.
Yeah.
And the music was just there.
Right. Yeah. So we think he's saying.
But that's a classic song.
Yeah.
Well, and I always wanted to do an episode for us of the most misspoken lyrics.
Oh my gosh, there's so many good ones.
The problem is,
in my generation, there are so many good ones. Fall Out Boy, all of their lyrics are misheard.
Who the frick is Fall Out Boy?
Are you fucking kidding me?
I know you like them. I always like. But the problem is you have to play the music and we get a copyright strike for it.
Hold on, wait. I'll give you a perfect example of misspoken lyrics.
Anything that you have ever said?
Yes. I'm notorious because like I hear shit like I'm like what the fuck?
There's a comedian does a great bit on this.
So when I was younger, when I was a kid, like 8 years old, I always thought that one song, every time you go away.
Yeah.
I thought he said, "You take a piece of meat with you."
You take a piece of me with you.
Well, if you go on a long trip, you take beef jerky with you.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, that's so smart." Oh, every time you go away, you're gonna get hungry.
That's so smart.
Yeah, that's exactly. Dude, I'm 8 years old. I'm like,
okay, you were 8. I'll give you that.
Like you go away, you're gonna get hungry, and you're gonna want some meat. So I will want
4
meat.
years after that, I was in Austria. Can you believe if I would have said something like that, and then I went to Austria?
Okay, when I was young, since we're on that topic, since we branched off.
Yeah, this is our new topic today.
There's a song. It's Band on the Run. Band on the Run.
Paul McCartney.
Okay.
And the Wings.
I always thought they were saying Man on the Run. Man on the Run.
It's Band on the Run. It was about the Beatles.
Right, but I didn't know that. Like, I was a kid.
I don't know. I feel like maybe I knew a lot more about music than you guys did.
No. You've been to, like, this many concerts, and you should have been on our concert episode, which I'm linking below.
It's linked below.
You're like me. You felt you were born in the wrong. Like I should have been born in the 70s because that.
I think I would have been good in the 70s or in the 90s. I think I would have liked the 80s, but I think
the 80s fucking rocks.
I feel like the 70s is when like women were like, oh, like we're not wearing bras and we're empowered, and I think I would have been like okay then. But like in the 80s, I feel like, especially in like a lot of media, you still. And I mean, obviously, you have
the decade of decadence.
You see, like things like Aliens and shit, where you have a really strong female protagonist, but it wasn't like that a lot of times. I feel like you still see a lot of women in like secondary roles, but they're still coming up. Like,
are you like doing the whole woman power thing?
No, I'm just talking about like why I would have been good in each decade. I think I would have liked the 80s, but I don't think that I would have been like in a bunch of groups like I am now, where I can play D&D whenever I freaking want to. I feel like I might have been a little bit discriminated against.
No.
Maybe not with some groups, but I feel like with the majority of,
I saw you like,
I was born in the right time, honestly, because I got the 60s and 70s music.
Yeah.
Because I was a young man. I was born in 1970. So I got the 60s and 70s music, which is great music. And then I got the fucking hair metal fucking 80s, which I love.
Yeah, see, I missed that. My oldest sister got the hair metal bands.
And I also got the club music of the 80s and early 90s. Yeah. And then I got the grunge, which I only like some of the grunge. Right. I like most of the music. Mm-hmm. I don't like most of the bands.
Right.
But I got that. But then you also got, Metallica coming up. You got all those great heavy metal bands coming up. And then music just stopped. Like you got the 2000 and there's just shit music now.
Well, it's not for you. Okay. Like some of the what do they call that? Trap rap?
Trap. Like Certified Freaks 7 days a week.
Like the shit like my fucking nephew listens to.
I like reggaeton better than any of the fucking new music.
I don't know who your nephew is.
Well, no, I know that, but
I don't know what he listens to.
Like popular fucking rap music nowadays. Like rap has like changed.
Rap is not rap anymore.
So there's this subgenre of rap that has like lo-fi music mixed into it that I really, really like, and I hate rap. And then there's this other subgenre of rap that's like joke rap, and I love it.
Like Lil Nas, like I'm gonna take my horse to the Old Town Road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
That's just like
all that. Yeah, and so like I like Biggie Smalls.
Yeah.
Now my brother-in-law, he loves Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay.
Yep.
And their music's really good. I just don't know a whole lot about them.
Yeah.
And what else?
See, I grew up with
Tupac,
EPMD.
My sister,
UTFO.
I remember my sister first got the
Run DMC,
the Dr. Dre CD with the Chronic, and it had the big pot leaf on it. I remember my fucking mom and my stepdad confiscated it, and like I remember talking about it at the kitchen table, like, oh my god, look at this. And they opened up, look at these lyrics, like they're talking about gin and juice and blah, 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 blah.
And that's the worst thing.
Yeah, and I think they eventually gave it back to her, but that was, I remember all that shit. Like
I remember hiding my Luke Skywalker. Hey, we want some. You don't remember that? No, you remember that? The Luke Skywalker. Hey, we want some pussy. No? Oh, that was Luke Skywalker was vulgar.
What is that? I have no idea. I thought you just like had like an action figure that you did weird things to, and I was like, I don't want to know about it anymore.
Hey, I'm gonna bend over, pull my pants down.
What was the name of the rap group? I can't remember the name.
Listen.
Yeah, so you're older than me, so you're. This is kind of like a weird, like
Yeah, it's like boop boop boop.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it.
We are so far off topic. It's been like an hour and we haven't talked about anything.
Honestly, this is
Two Live Crew.
This is kind of what I wanted.
Luther Campbell.
Two Live Crew.
Two Live Crew.
I remember I used to have a cassette tape, Bloods and Crips. The one side was Bloods, and the other side was Crips.
No, you don't say.
You can't
really. I swear.
It can't be. Was one side blue, one side red?
No.
Well, that was the gayest thing I've ever seen him do. Did you see that?
That is not the gayest thing I've ever seen him do.
He goes, no.
I did not have a lisp on the end of it.
Did?
No.
There was a little lisp,
no.
bro.
I love what you said. I should have mentioned it. It was Friday.
We're so far off topic.
I wanted the discussion about music. I like that.
Okay, we're cool. We're cool then.
We're sitting in the office on Friday, and you're like, I thought about it. I got Sunday off. He's like, I'm not coming in Monday. I'm just not doing it. Or I forget how you.
I'm just not doing it.
I'm just, and you were like so serious, like, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Because we worked overtime Friday. I want my 3-day weekend. Fuck it.
Yeah. So what was your holiday then?
My holiday was Friday.
Friday. So okay, I got you.
Yeah. My actual holiday was Friday, and I worked all day.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, this was a confusing week because my holiday was.
You guys got all fucked up when your schedules got.
I was off Thursday. What the hell day was my holiday? Wednesday? No, I worked Wednesday.
Your holiday was Thursday.
Holiday was Thursday. Yeah. Okay. So. Ugh.
If the actual holiday is Friday,
don't even get me started.
Don't even get him started. I'll get started.
Oh my god.
Kurt Cobain, born Kurt Donald Cobain.
We're never getting through this. Nobody cares. We all know the backstory.
So he was born...
I didn't know his middle name was Donald.
Yeah, his middle name is Donald.
See, I learned something too. And you guys learned something too.
Yeah, okay, shut up. It's my turn.
Okay, go ahead.
He was born on February 20th, 1967.
I was born on February 21st.
Nobody cares.
Your mother was born February 23rd.
I know.
That's why my badge number is 223, so I never forget.
Kurt Cobain's daughter was born 13 days after you. Frances Bean.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a girl until her picture came up because I was researching this.
Yeah.
So
a couple of years ago, she just went through a divorce.
Google actually has to intrude in my life and throw shit at me.
Absolutely.
So her...
Yeah, Frances is a girl.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Frances Bean.
Because he said Frankie.
Yeah.
Like, in his suicide note, he said,
Frankie.
Take care of Frankie.
Yeah, Frankie.
I knew a Bobby that was a chick.
You also knew, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike the chick?
Yeah. Her name was Michaela.
Mm-hmm.
They used to own Joey Peeps.
Yeah, Joey Peeps.
Her name was Michaela?
Not Sherry, before Sherry. It was Greg and Michaela.
Sherry.
Sherry just texted me. I got to text her back.
Sherry, baby. So,
Sherry, baby.
This is just going to be the episode where Lexi tries to talk about her topic and doesn't.
Sherry, won't you come out tonight?
Come out tonight.
So he was the first grandchild on both sides. Everyone adored him. His aunt and uncle said that he had showed an interest and talent in music.
Sorry.
From a young age.
You're a dick.
Yes, I am.
He had a younger sister, Kimberly, that was born April 24th, 1970.
I never knew that.
Born.
I never knew he had a sister.
You said that was born.
Yes. Kimberly.
That was born.
That was born.
Okay, wow, I'm stupid.
Kimberly
I'm looking at this screen, and I'm like, what the fuck is she reading? There's no way I don't see what the hell she's talking about.
Those are my notes, bro.
Yeah, I realize
Those are history notes.
I have some notes. 4.
There's one more down here.
There's one more on the next page.
The second page has nothing to do with Kurt Cobain.
There you go. Kurt's mother, her name was Wendy, and she was a waitress.
Wendy.
His father was Donald, and he was a mechanic. In 1976, a week after Kurt's 9th birthday, his parents divorced.
So Kurt Cobain was just a little older than me.
Wendy noted that after the divorce, Kurt's personality changed. He became rebellious and introverted.
Hold it. This is where I got to interject my notes. Because while they were going through a divorce...
Oh, yeah.
At 8 years old, Kurt wrote his first piece of poetry on the wall of his bedroom. And it was, Dad hates Mom. Mom hates Dad. It simply makes you want to be sad.
Oh, it does.
That is thought to be the first poetry he wrote. Although he was very artistic
he loved
and
drawing,
musically inclined at a young age.
Yes.
Continue, Lex.
Thank you. Kurt himself commented on the profound impact this change had on him in an interview, saying that, I remember feeling ashamed for some reason. I was ashamed of my parents. I couldn't face some of my friends at school anymore because I desperately wanted to have the classic, typical family, mother, father.
And apparently he was bullied, too.
Yes. I wanted that security, so I resented my parents for quite a few years because of that.
Kids are mean.
He got bullied, and then he also bullied his step siblings.
Right. Yeah.
In turn.
They said that he turned around. He ended up being a bully too, which
it happens. It sucks. That's what happens.
Kids are vulnerable.
I hate bullies.
Vulnerable.
Yeah.
I hate bullies. Let's just talk about bullies for a second. I fucking hate bullies.
Yeah, me too.
I just want to go up to a bully and say, "Where's your dad?" Because I'm gonna beat the fuck out of him and show him what it feels like. Because he taught you to be like that.
Right.
I remember I beat the piss out of this fucking bully. My parents would drop
the best thing is watching a bully get his ass kicked.
My mom and stepdad would drop me off at the Y when I lived in Arkansas, and
that explains a lot.
I was like, I wasn't as tall as everyone else, and I remember this fucking kid kept picking on me, and he was like this, like that much taller than me, and he picked on me, and then one day I just fucking had enough, and I remember I think I jumped up and I clocked him in the fucking jaw as hard as I could, or in the eye, and I beat the fuck out of him. And the next day he came back to the Y, and his eye was all big and black. Never bothered me again. Never said another word to me again.
One day I'll tell you my bully story.
So you realize that, like, okay, I'm getting somewhere with this. Want to fuck with me? I'm gonna, fucking hit you.
Yeah.
You're gonna stop.
I still got bullied after my stand up, but not for a couple of years.
So, after the divorce, Kurt's mom Wendy had full custody of Kurt and Kimberly, but shortly after, her new abusive boyfriend moved in, and Kurt's attitude got worse. Her boyfriend would abuse her quite often.
Broke her arm or something.
Yep, send her to the hospital with a broken arm. Mm-hmm.
You know what? Maybe I'm not going to say that.
I'm going to say this. If you're a dude and you smack up a woman, you grab up on a woman, you hurt a woman, you're a fucking piece of shit. Don't listen to our podcast. It's like puppy nipples for Ohio. I don't want people like that.
I was going to say something, but I'm not going to put that. I'm not going to air that.
Grievance.
I'm just going to say I grew up in that environment, and I got no respect for a man who will fucking. If anybody ever fucking did that to you, Lex, I would fucking kill him. Mm-mm. They would not find the fucking body.
Mm-mm.
And I didn't just say that on camera. I was joking.
Take that part out.
No, I'll leave it in. Fuck it. It's a warning. It's not a promise.
So, after this incident, Wendy.
No, don't worry about that. Just I play with this thing here.
Oh. Wendy,
is that why that one's betting yours, is it?
I think they came like that. I don't know. It's got banged up over shipping.
From China.
It was stuck in the Suez Canal. Or Panama Canal, whatever the fuck that was.
Suez. So she sent Kurt to live with his dad, Donald. And up until Kurt was 12, things seemed pretty good with them. He and his father would go camping every weekend, and they spent a lot of time together. But then his father got remarried.
And she was a raging bitch.
They got along for a little while, up until the new son was born.
Yeah. Well, he started picking on the kids.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite Nirvana album is? Is the live one.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Unplugged.
Oh,
that's the best one.
Yes.
Oh, I saw a video on that.
It's so good.
When I was doing research for this, I actually saw a video, and he mostly did covers.
Yeah.
But yeah, The Man Who Sold the World. Well, absolute genius. That's probably one of my favorite songs off that whole thing.
Mm-hmm. It's so good. That is one of my
But did you know why he did covers?
I don't know why.
Because he felt that his music, the way it was written, because he wrote, we just talked about this, he wrote his stuff, he felt that it needed to be played the way he wrote it. Mm-hmm. So he did a couple of his songs, and he just was not happy with them, and that's why he did covers. And he could do other people's covers acoustically, but he didn't. He felt like his needed to be done a certain way.
Right.
And that's an artist.
I don't know if he. Well, here's another note. When he did Unplugged, they did not want anything mic'd. They didn't want any electric or nothing, and he insisted on it. Like, I want this the way I want it.
Yep.
I want the candles. I want like a dark theme, and I want amps. And they're like, no.
Yeah.
I never watched MTV. Like, I was never a big MTV watcher. I did watch that.
It was one of the best things that
And I'm not a Nirvana fan by any stretch of the means.
And I forget who. I remember they took the bassist from some punk band, and he's like, "What? Really? You really want me there?" And he's like, "Yes, I want you to play in on it." So they had. I think they had 2 bassists. You might want to fact check me on this.
Well, our fans can fact check us, and if you think John's wrong or you have proof that John's wrong,
it's there. It's in there.
It's takeontheroad411@gmail.com.
I might be a little off, but you'll get the hint. But I could see the dude's face, and he's sitting on like a high chair, like
it was Jerry Only.
Yeah, Jerry Only with the.
Oh my god. Let's see.
Lex had a chance to meet him, and she didn't.
So did I. I had to work. I was so pissed.
I actually had to fight to get her in the venue.
I was like 13.
Oh, I gotta piss, guys. You hold it down.
Really?
Right back. Yeah. But come on, really?
You baby bladder.
You get so mad.
You were 15. You were almost 16.
I thought it was like 14 or something.
No, I think you were 15. And I argue because the dude actually called me and said, "Hey, the Misfits are coming. Do you want to come up?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, I want to bring my daughter." Like, yeah. I love my daughter to see the Misfits because I've seen the Misfits how many times?
Right.
And we went up there, and the guy at the door was giving us a hard time. And I said, "Well, call Mike out."
Yeah.
Like, he's the one who invited me up, and he knew I was bringing my daughter.
Yeah.
Like they said, "You gotta be 18 to be in here." I'm like, "Well, she gonna be 15 and be in here."
She gone.
And you and Bree were 15 and in there.
Yeah.
Or was Bree the next year?
Bree didn't go with us to the Misfits.
She did, the second year.
I don't think she did.
She did. We went twice.
I know we did.
The first time it was just you and me. The second time was you and Bree. And me. You, me, and Bree. Text her and find out.
Well.
Because we were up there, and they said you just have to stay on that side because this side is 21 and over.
Yeah.
But the first time, you were so tired. It's like when we went to Switchfoot. Remember when we went to Switchfoot?
Yeah. Oh my god, that was all the way in Pittsburgh, though.
No, it was Philly.
Sorry, Philly, yeah.
It was at the Trocadero, which is
it was nice.
It was a great venue. Awesome. I love that venue. Yeah. I've seen like punk bands there.
Yeah.
And we went down. We were in line forever. My feet and my knees hurt so bad. We got in there. They had like 8 opening bands.
Yeah.
And you listen to one Switchfoot song.
And I was like, I gotta go.
Dad, I'm really, really tired. Can we go? I'm like, really? And I didn't want to argue too much because my knees were really killing me. It was before my surgery.
Oh my gosh.
Good times. At least you got to see one or 2 of their songs. I think you saw 2 of their songs, and you're like, "Dad, can we go? I'm really tired."
Yeah, I think it was 2.
Like you could barely stand up.
Because they did "Dare You to Move." I remember "Dare You to Move." Let's see. It says Nirvana Unplugged cast. Kurt Cobain, Dave Grohl, Chris Novoselic.
That's it.
Oh. That's the regular one. Pat Smear.
Pap Smear.
Pat.
It was a Pap Smear? Yeah.
Pat Smear.
Pap Smear.
Kurt Kirkwood.
That's right. What band was he from?
What band was Pap Smear from?
Foo Fighters. In the Germ. Yeah. Foo Fighters, Germs. Nirvana.
Germs, that's it, yeah. That was a punk band.
Yes. Foo Fighters.
No, do. Sure? Just as long as there's one left. Yeah. That's good. Because the other one's for Deb. I don't know what to tell you to get me.
What about me? Get me something. He was also in Adolescence, Meat Puppets.
Dumpster Fire?
Yeah, that's good. Did you try the Dumpster Fire?
I don't know.
Let her have the Dumpster Fire. Give me the birthday suit. I want to do that as a beer review, but it's been in there
Drink the nitro.
No, the nitro's for a beer review, for real.
Oh, Southern Tier. You ever drink Southern Tier's bourbon?
I have 2. I have a Left Hand, and I have a Southern Tier.
Southern Tier bourbon is really good.
Oh, you know what? You could have got me the last Raging Eagle. Get me the last Raging Eagle. Yeah. Deb said she'd stop and get one for her friend.
Double nickel.
Double nickels in
Ooh,
Jersey.
a chocolate stout with cayenne pepper.
It's actually pretty good.
Yo!
Did you see our beer review on that one?
I like cayenne.
You should really watch our beer reviews. If you haven't seen our beer reviews, please.
Link down below.
Link down below. Oh, I love this.
That sounded painful.
I love this stovepipe, man.
And that's what you get with a professional podcast.
Yes. You didn't even know he was on a pee break because we were talking.
It's true.
I'm sorry.
Did you like that?
It's good.
If you don't like it, you can have this.
It's a little dark, but I like it. I would rather have this. Wait, which one has more alcohol?
That one.
This one? For sure. Are you sure? Because that one's bigger.
This one.
Yeah, that one's pretty high.
This is 6%. That one was like 8? 7?
8.8. Yeah, let's switch. I like it, but I don't want to drink that one.
Oh. You're going to drink it. So.
Then never mind. You just said that, like, you wanted it.
You want this one? I'll switch with you.
No, that one's even more.
Thank God.
I do want it, but...
Really? That's more than 8?
I don't know.
Yeah, let's say something.
What is it?
I don't know. It's a say on the side.
It says on the side.
It has to, by law.
No, it doesn't.
8.2. Yes, it does.
9.
9. It's a German beer. 9.
9. 9. 9.
It'll be the same.
9. So...
Okay. That's what we do when we do our beer reviews. We open them right next to them.
Blah, blah, blah. So Kurt and his father did camping trips.
Oh!
Kurt's dad got married. New baby was born in
Caramello.
1979.
Caramello.
So during
He had
this
scoliosis.
You didn't mention that he had scoliosis.
No, because
you
that
didn't.
wasn't in my notes.
Oh, he had scoliosis.
Is that relevant? Who cares?
It's just an interesting fact.
It has to do with the pain in his back.
Yes.
And why he said he had to self-medicate.
I get that. I get a lot of pain in my back
There
and
are
my
a couple
hips.
things here.
I'm glad earlier in my life I didn't get pain in my back, but I'm starting to get it now because I'm getting older.
It's terrible.
Watch your mouth, Lex.
I'm saying thing.
Yeah, you said...
No, I hiccuped.
You kerfuffled.
You what?
She kerfuffled.
So during this time period,
Kerfuffle and the kerfuffle.
Donald is trying to petition for full custody of Kurt from his mom, Wendy. So in 1979, June 20th, 1979, finally Donald gains, or rather Wendy gives Donald full custody of Kurt.
Well, hold on. I didn't know about the custody battle. It just seemed like these two passed him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
After this, it gets really, really bad. Because
he ends up going to live with
everybody.
Whoever.
He lives with everybody.
He's like me.
Yeah. That's what we were talking
He's traveling
about.
from fucking house to house.
Yeah. So...
Sorry, I went through that, bro.
So, this is going on. You know, Donald feels like maybe this will help him feel like part of the family. If I get full custody of him, he can, you know, reintegrate into this family, because therapists who had talked to them about Kurt, who had talked to Kurt, said he would benefit most from a single family household. Like, that's
a single family, like a mother and a father.
Right, exactly. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, he would benefit from that stability. So he got, you know, the mom gave him custody. Are you fucking kidding me?
Kidding, yes.
I will literally punch you. I'm not even halfway through the first paragraph.
I know.
Like, she got 5 pages. She's got half a paragraph out.
It's going to be like a 4-hour podcast.
So...
Well, our last one was 2.
We might want to split this one up.
Kurt?
You want to split the boys up, and we can't split that up. That was good shit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, you're listening, right?
Your father left.
You're listening.
He's crying. His hat.
He's crying. He's crying.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. You know what? I think we are going to have to switch, because I think this is giving me indigestion.
Okay.
From the cayenne. It's really,
I thought
really
you guys
good.
already did switch.
No, we didn't. No, but
Oh, that's
my last stovepipe.
Well, you drank half of it. So.
I did not. I took 2 cents.
There's not a lot in here.
Whew, don't do that again.
no. Back to reality. Whoop, there goes gravity. Oh, he's so mad, but he won't.
Mike, your notes are terrible. Kurt Cobain. Mom hates dad. Has scoliosis. That's it.
But what about the shit with Tad Doyle?
That's weird.
Tad
It is weird. Did you know that?
No.
Puked every day before.
No. Wait till we get there.
Who's Tad Doyle?
He was in a band called Tad. It was the first time that...
Wait, Kirk was?
No.
Kurt.
Tad Doyle.
Stop!
Kirk.
I can't do this. I quit.
Kurt Cobain was in Nirvana. They were just starting to make it. They opened up for a band named Tad.
Oh.
And they were traveling through Great Britain. And this Tad Doyle would... He had some kind of stomach problem, but he would puke.
That's it. Those are his notes.
No.
It's not even about him.
No, it's not. I feel so inadequate.
You should see. Look at my notes.
They're copious.
I only have 2 pages, but I have a lot.
You went from like here to like here.
I just didn't have time this week. We're just so busy.
Like even I took better notes than you did.
No, you did not.
My handwritten cursive notes.
No, hold on. So this Tad Doyle would puke before every show. And Kurt Cobain want to hold the puke bucket. Like, he wanted to? He wanted to. He was obsessed with vomit, feces. And if you listen to his music, vomit, feces, and urine are highlighted throughout all their songs.
If you let me finish my presentation, you'll find out about his first band, which was called Fecal Matter.
Yes. I know Fecal Matter.
Yeah, was he,
I know him.
I met him.
I know. I do it every day. I wonder if was he a G.G. Allen fan? He had to have been.
Drinking my stovepipe.
It was just giving indigestion.
What is with this thing
Whoa!
just flying around? Oh. What?
This
lose a tooth?
No. This is much spicier than the last time we tried it.
Really?
Like this can.
Try it.
Remember we tasted the spice at the end?
Yeah.
Dude, I tasted it first sip.
Yeah. It is. That's what I mean. Like, I can feel it, like, right in here. I have to stop.
Tastes the same to me.
No. I got it first sip. Like, I got a burn right here.
You swallowed it wrong.
I like it.
Okay. So,
You swallowed it wrong.
His dad gets custody of him in 79. And soon after that, he says that Kurt's teenage rebellion is becoming too much for him. And,
well, he was breaking shit.
Yeah.
Like, he was getting in fights. He would
spray paint cars near Aberdeen, Washington, where they live. He, like, oh my gosh, what was the one?
Like, he was out of hand. I would have smacked the shit out of that kid.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, were his parents, like, hippie motherfuckers?
No.
Or you come live on the East Coast, you get your ass beat or something like that.
No, I think they both just pussyfooted around everything because of the passing back and forth. Yeah, and they tried to give as many chances as they could.
Parenting does not come with a book.
No, it doesn't.
So, we'll just leave that
This
at that.
is a self-help podcast.
Where's the therapy dog?
See, I'm going to tell you something. Like, I'm a great parent, and I've done my best. But look.
One birthday, he skipped my birthday to go to a wrestling show.
You fucking turd.
So you know what I'm doing this year for my birthday? I'm leaving here to go to Florida. So
she's not funny. But if she tells the story every year I wasn't here for her birthday.
So
and I did not miss her birthday party. Just saying, folks.
He did. So as Kurt is like acting out more and everything, his dad tries to give him different ways to like release his anger. He enrolls him in junior high wrestling.
And he was actually really good at it.
He was really good,
really?
but he would get pinned intentionally.
He would allow himself to get pinned because it would piss his dad off.
Yeah. Because he knew he was better than that. He tried enrolling him in Little League Baseball, and he would strike out intentionally. Was bullied by his coaches and teammates.
Well,
okay.
Sorry, go ahead. It's a sidebar. Don't worry about it.
Do you want me to? I'm not putting them pictures on the podcast.
The picture was so fake.
There are other pictures, by the way.
Yeah, those are the ones he's calling fake.
They took Polaroid pictures at the scene, and years later, the police people, whatever that's called, the police office, whatever that is, they found film that was never developed, and they were very detailed pictures, but they were not released to the public.
Right.
But
no,
someone was saying they were.
You see his leg and his arm. Okay, I remember. Hey, scroll back up to the top.
This?
No, not that. That was not in the book. Like, the only picture I ever got was that. And I was like, oh, I want to know more. I'm like, there's no
Folks,
blood.
I will not be posting these pictures. I will not put these pictures on our podcast. I won't do it.
Okay, whatever. That's your feeling. But I always, like, when I read that book, and I was like, I want more. I'm like, maybe that's just weird. I like
There's
that.
a lot that makes me think that there was something suspicious. She did not go with us. She did not go.
She did too.
She did not. It was only me and you.
No, someone went with us the second time.
The first time that I went, I remember the exact shirt that I wore, and the second time that we went, I got the pink Misfits shirt. And it was only the two of us.
What concert did you guys go to?
Misfits.
Someone else went with us because I let you guys go out, and I stayed to the side so I wouldn't be crowding you.
I'm jelly. I've never seen the Misfits.
Really?
No, I haven't.
We talked about that.
The time that you're thinking of was the second time, but there was nobody else. It was me. I went up, and you stayed behind me, and then nobody got in between us. And then
you were there with somebody.
No, because then I came back and I sat on top of the speaker.
I think probably one of the funnest shows I ever went to was down at in Philly at Festival Pier. Was NoFX and Rancid.
That's probably
I think Dropkick Murphys were there too. And I bought a pair of NoFX socks, and I threw them at Fat Mike.
Yeah.
And he picked them up, and he's like, he's like, NoFX socks. He's like, anybody want them? And I was like, I felt like, like, I don't know how big NoFX is, like, money wise, but to me, like,
that's really cool.
Yeah,
I like NoFX.
Yeah. And if you ever listen to like the music,
link below will be the concert podcast where I talk about how many times I've seen Misfits.
Yeah.
Fat Mike's bass lines are ridiculous. Like, he's got to be like one of the top 5 punk bassists ever. He's just
Flea.
Yes, Flea. Although I don't know if I would consider him punk, but he is a fucking fantastic
not necessarily
bassist.
punk, but he's a bassist.
Les Claypool.
What the fuck is his name?
Wow. What kind of language is that?
It's a black guy. He was really good.
Lenny
B.B.
Kravitz.
King.
Not Lenny Kravitz.
B.B. King.
No, he plays guitar.
Well, guitar. Bass is guitar.
What kind of music?
I don't remember.
Sing a song.
I don't.
Give me a
Hum us a few bars.
Yeah. Oh,
Christmas.
Oh man.
Without you.
Okay. So Little League Baseball, he was bullied by his teammates and coaches. He would
Alexa, play
strike out. He would strike out on purpose to avoid having to participate during games. And
I keyed up my phone, and I said, "Alexa, call Mom." iPhones don't have Alexa. It's Siri. I held the button down.
I have Bixby.
Oh, Bixby.
Bixby.
Hello, Bixby. Now you done it.
So during this is where stuff starts getting good for Kurt. I know it's been boring thus far, obviously.
No, it has not.
So during this period of his life, Kurt was bounced from house to house living with family and friends. In 1981, for his 14th birthday, Kurt's uncle told him he could have a bike or a used guitar for his birthday, and he chose the guitar. From there, he poured his free time into learning how to play popular songs like Stairway to Heaven. Fun fact, Kurt Cobain played left-handed despite being forced to write right-handed.
He was a lefty.
Son of a bitch. That was I was born lefty.
That was the one thing that he researched.
He's like, oh, no, you took it.
You stole my thunder.
You, with your extensive research on this topic, took my one thing.
This is professional science.
So finally, during his second year in high school, he moved back in with his mom in Aberdeen, Washington. 2 weeks before his graduation, he dropped out of high school. His mother told him...
Because he said in his book, he knew he wasn't going to graduate.
Yeah.
Like, he dropped out because he knew he had no chance.
Yeah. 1 week later, his mom told him that he had to find employment or move out, and 1 week later, Kurt found his things packed in a box.
Bye.
So from there, he lived with different friends, and occasionally on the street. He even claimed to have lived under the bridge over the Wishika River.
Wishika.
He says that this inspired the song Something in the Way. Later, Chris Novoselic said that Kurt spent time there and hung out around there, but there was no way he could have lived under the bridge because of the tides going up and down on the bank so often.
Who said that, John?
I was thinking the same thing.
Chris Novoselic. He said...
Kurt Savage.
He called this Kurt's own re-envisionism.
Man, I want a sandwich.
Okay, so now the next notes that I have are specifically just some quick bullet points about the forming of Nirvana and Kurt's early music. 1985, Cobain formed Fecal Matter after dropping out. This was formed with the former member of the Melvins, the drummer, Dale Crover.
Let's pause there for a second, because the one video that I watched said that he tried out for the Melvins.
Yes, he was very.
Now, Melvins is a band I know.
Mm-hmm.
And he he hung out with them forever.
Yes. He was in their friend group. That's why the drummer came and played with him, because he was one of their biggest.
And he tried out for him, and they said,
"Who did he try out with? Vocals?
I think it's vocals, yeah." And they said, "No, thank you."
Probably vocals or guitar.
Like they
but
just.
He himself even used to say that he was not a very good guitarist.
That's why he used power chords.
Yeah,
I beg to differ.
Don't beg.
I think he was a great guitarist. I don't think that he was great, but I think he did great things with what he had.
He's not Eddie Van Halen.
No, absolutely not.
Well, no.
But that's the point.
Nobody is.
No.
Okay, so that was in 1985. In 1986, Fecal Matter disbanded.
Fecal Matter got flushed.
And in 1987, after months of asking.
Asking?
Wow, is that like ass texting?
Yeah.
Sorry, I asked you.
In 1987, after months of asking, Chris Novoselic formed Nirvana with Kurt Cobain. And then Dave
good
Grohl.
for them. I mean, they like, what year did he die?
1994.
Yeah, that was like...
That's like 10 years, less than 10 years.
A very short period of time for them to basically define the entire decade.
An entire genre.
And genre, yeah.
So there are varying accounts of when Cobain and Courtney Love met. Some say it was in Portland in 1989. Some say it was in 1990, and there's even someone claiming that they introduced the couple in 1991.
Frau Love.
Regardless, they got married on February 24th, 1992, after the end of Nirvana's Pacific Rim tour. This is I found this really funny.
Pacific Hunchback tour.
Courtney Love wore a satin and lace dress, once owned by Francis Farmer, and Cobain wore a Guatemalan purse and green pajamas because he was too lazy to put on a tux, in his own words.
Yeah, he was always weird with like his dress. Like he was trying to
he wore dresses when he was a kid.
Like cross dress.
He wore dresses when he was a kid.
He stated in his book that he was heterosexual, but basically he felt like growing up that he's bisexual.
Yeah. I think that
if he didn't have met Courtney, he would be bisexual.
I think that all goes back to his art form. He's like, I'm trying to like get attention.
Like envision.
I think a lot of it's attention.
Yeah.
I think so too. And another thing that I think is, so in high school I read something, not when I was in high school, but reading about this, doing research. When Kurt was in high school, he became friends with this gay guy, and everybody used to make fun of him and call him gay and stuff. He's like, yeah, I am gay.
Whatever.
And when he said that, people left him alone. So he was like, I would rather have a gay identity and be happy.
People gay to be hurtful. I call John gay because he's gay. And it's just descriptive.
He's a happy guy.
No, I mean, between me and him, it's joking. There's nothing meant to be hurtful about it, but people do that to be hurtful.
Yes. Because,
oh my God, you're gay. But, like, really, who fucking cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, who cares?
I don't care who John sleeps with.
Like, I'm kind of curious, but I don't really care. So then, in August...
he does a whole lot of sleep.
You don't want to go down that road.
August 18th, 1992, their daughter, Frances B. Cobain... Why?
Hi, everybody.
Why?
I'm Mr. Hanky.
Yeah, why do you have Mr. Hanky? The Christmas food.
Don't make any references. We're going to get a hit.
I don't think that they would hit us.
Mr. Hanky is a reference.
They hit us on Dolomite.
Oh, they did.
I'm saying like the creators of South Park.
No. Do you know what Dolomite is?
No.
Did you watch the Kung Fu episode?
Wait, you didn't even know what Dolomite is.
I did not.
You did that one a couple weeks ago.
Right.
Did it go back yet?
Oh, it's up
like
now, but it got a strike as soon as I put it up.
Dolomite was like a 70s spoof comedy Kung Fu.
Black Kung Fu.
It's so...
It's so over the top, crazy, stupid. We were sitting here, like, we put it up on the screen, and we're just both laughing our asses off because it's like he goes like this.
Yeah, like clearly you can tell he doesn't hit the guy, and he's like, oh, he can't get his leg up high enough.
Yeah,
and he back kicks him and he knocks the guy out.
There's one guy.
Boom mic's coming into the stand.
Yeah, boom mic's coming in. At one point, the one guy's fighting two cops, and I guess the dirty cops because he reaches in his pocket, pulls out a bag of dope. Cocaine or whatever, and he opens it up and he's like, and then he walks away. It's just like, horrible.
I never thought we'd get a hit on that.
Got a hit on it.
That's insane. Now we're gonna get this one hit because you talked about it.
No, we showed the video.
Oh, you showed the video.
Like it was like 3 minutes of video. That's why. Because I'm just sitting here like I don't know how I've never seen this because I've watched every stupid movie in the world.
That would have been your genre.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god, you know what Isaiah and I watched the other night?
What?
Grandma's Boy. That is so funny.
Oh my god. Blow me where the peppers is.
It's so funny. Oh, man.
Like, I have a robot vagina.
I fucking love that guy. He's just like...
Speaking of movies, I just want to give it a shout out to Casey. And I just watched the episode today. He did their podcast. It's deluxe edition. I'll link it below. And they talked about the best movies that you've never heard of. And I'm like,
what did I say?
Huh?
What was the one that I said?
What was it?
The man who
the man who killed Bigfoot and then shot Hitler.
Oh my gosh.
So
the worst movie ever.
The backstory behind that is we're in Saipan. Did you know we were in Saipan?
Yeah.
Because we never mention it.
Yeah.
So we're in Saipan.
Like 2 weeks.
So after
4:12, what time do you have to go back out and check the meat?
What's that?
4:12?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So
this is how much of my time that you've taken up. I am almost done.
So we'll watch it. We go back. We watch a movie, and I'm like, John, pick a movie. They go, oh, that one looks interesting. So we put it on, and he falls asleep.
Of course.
I have to watch it all the way through. OCD.
I fall asleep.
I had to watch the whole horrible fucking movie. Don't watch it. Don't even look for it. It makes no sense.
I was so beat from just
which is from working.
Yeah, in the I would do it 10 times over again.
Mm-hmm. Continue, Lex.
Cool, thank you.
I digress.
So 13 days.
You gotta check the meat.
I do, but wait.
All right.
13 days. 13 days after my dad's birthday in 1992. So August 18th, 1992, Frances Bean Cobain was born, which is their daughter.
And I always thought it was a boy until Google stalked me and let me know it was a girl.
Yes. So that is the kind of condensed biography. Now, from here, I just have kind of bullet points and quick little things. So between 1992 and 1994, there are several incidents that people point to when looking for clues as to what exactly happened leading up to Kurt Cobain's suicide or death, however you want to rule it. A lot of people think it's a death. Like a murder. A lot of people think it's a suicide.
Well, there's some pop culture conspiracies there.
Oh, I have a really good one.
But here's what I think. Why? And I told you this on Friday.
Yeah.
So when I read that book, it said he shot up 4 times the amount of the lethal dose. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking to myself, how can you shoot? I didn't know anything about heroin. I'm like, how can you shoot up that much and then be coherent enough to shoot yourself in the head? And then that was me when I was like 18. So now I'm thinking, why would you blow your brains out? Why not just shoot the heroin and just fucking die peaceful?
Because you might not die. And it's not peaceful.
But he had all the heroin.
It's kind of like
world.
suffocating.
Heroin puts you to sleep. You don't realize you're dying.
Yeah, but it's like suffocating, isn't it? When you OD?
Right, but no. Look at all those people who get Narcan. They get mad when they get Narcan out of their fucking high.
Yeah.
I didn't know
like
that.
I was in a peaceful place.
Well, because it's Narcan. The Narcan, what it does, it takes you from.
Yeah, it's like adrenaline.
Yeah.
That's why in Pulp
it.
Fiction they stab adrenaline into it.
But Narcan's not stabbing. It's just like.
Well, I know, but I'm saying like.
Right. It's an inhalant.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying like.
So
in that
why
movie
not?
I mean,
this guy was a multi-millionaire.
Well, he was worth 50 here in my notes. In my notes.
Yeah. So why
he was worth $50 million when he died.
I get what you're saying, like just to make sure, but really that messy?
Well, here's the thing.
Why not just okay? I know
the thing
I
you have
can't
to realize
is
that like a lot of people who like OD on heroin and shit, their goal isn't to die. Kurt Cobain's if Kurt Cobain committed suicide, he was doing this to die. So it's like, I'm going to shoot up this heroin, I'm not going to fucking realize what's happening, and I'm going to blow my fucking
The reason I don't dispute the suicide thing is because he had just attempted suicide several days before.
Well, so he died on, they found his body April 8th. March 1st, he's diagnosed with bronchitis and severe laryngitis. He's on a tour, a European tour with Nirvana.
Right, but they also said that was not actually the case, that he was just so high. He was so fucked up on drugs that he couldn't perform, and they used that as an excuse.
People do say that, but
what?
You rip your finger off.
How you like that? How you like that crack?
But so like this is just what like on the books. This is what happened. He has bronchitis and severe laryngitis. I think even Dave Grohl said that this is true. That's why they canceled the tour, because they canceled. No, they didn't cancel it, but there was.
They canceled like several dates.
They did. They canceled several dates, and then they said you're gonna have to take a month off because his voice was that fucked up. So that's why they canceled the rest of the tour.
Which his voice could be fucked up from
laryngitis. Yeah, from bronchitis and laryngitis. Absolutely.
Well, no, from being high on heroin.
Well, that too. But so then the next day he flies to Rome. And Courtney Love and their daughter Frances meet him there on March 3rd.
Well, they fly him to Rome to a hospital, don't they?
They flew him to Rome to a hospital.
And that's why Courtney and
they fly out
Frankie
there.
Came.
Yes, they fly out there. They bring the nanny so that, Courtney and Kurt can have like some alone time or whatever. So, March 3rd, the night of March 3rd, Kurt calls the front desk and asks them to fill a prescription in Courtney's name. This prescription was for Rohypnol, which is roofies.
Right.
He also orders 2 bottles of champagne.
John knows what that is.
Oh,
Rohypnol?
I'm really familiar with him.
He's well versed.
I roofie myself every night.
So, he also orders 2 bottles of champagne. So Courtney claims that she woke up in the morning, she finds Cobain passed out. They label this as his first suicide attempt in this little conspiracy that we have going on. However,
not a conspiracy.
It is. Both Kurt and the doctor overseeing his mental health said that this was not a suicide attempt, but an accidental overdose. He's in the hospital for 5 days.
Courtney sucked. She wanted his fucking money and his fame.
Listen, there's no proof of any of that.
Okay, so let me interject this while we're having this conversation. When Hole was first looking for a label, they would not go to Nirvana's label because she wanted something better than what Kurt had. Always.
She wanted to be independent of him.
No, she made him sign a prenup. No, listen to this.
9.
She made him sign a prenup right before they were married, saying that she got half of everything, right?
Okay.
In case they got divorced. So then
that way, it's not just.
She doesn't. She thinks that she's going to be better than Kurt.
Getting the milk and not buying the cow.
No, she thinks that she's going to be better than Kurt, and she doesn't want to lose her shit.
They're just a bunch of junkies. We're not going to look into this.
So she wants more shit than him, right? Whatever. They're looking for a label. Eventually, Hole is signed to Nirvana's label anyway. She makes sure that she has a better deal than Nirvana does.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that.
She
wasn't a better artist, though.
Deal. $1 million.
No.
Absolutely not.
Let's name our band Hull.
Like my ass.
Some songs are very good.
Well,
anyway,
I don't even know you.
The only one
How dare you?
The only one I know is the one you brought up before.
Celebrity Skin.
That we can't play.
The other
on
one
air.
is Doll Parts. I like both of those songs.
I honestly, till I did the research for this, I never knew that Courtney Love was in a band.
I never liked her because I thought she was trashy. Her music sucked.
Whoa!
And she killed Kurt Cobain.
Also, she was on heroin during her pregnancy.
Yeah.
Shortly. For a short period of time. When she realized she was pregnant, she tried to kick the habit.
However...
It's a therapy dog. Don't jump on that crate. You're going to break your leg.
When she went to the hospital to have the baby, they put... it's not methadone. What is it? The medication...
Yeah, methadone.
The medication that they put heroin addicts on so that they have the baby and then they detox.
Methadone.
It's not methadone, is it?
It's either methadone or naproxone or something like that.
I forget what it is. It's an M.
Podcast therapy dogs here.
Yay, my boy!
So what? An M?
It begins with an M, but it's not. I don't think it's methadone.
I'm pretty sure methadone is one. You ever hear the Warren Zevon song?
Which one?
Well, if I sing it, we're definitely going to get a hit.
No, we won't.
Nobody will know what it is.
There's not a chance we'll get a hit. Come on, it's 20 after. I gotta go check the meat.
Okay, so anyway.
I hear mariachi static on the radio. And the tubes, they glow in the dark.
So anyways, at this point in March 1994, Kurt's in the hospital for 5 days.
But I'm here in Echo Park.
After he gets out of the hospital,
Carmelita,
they go home.
Hold me tighter. I think I'm sinking down.
So I think like 2 weeks after this incident,
out on heroin on the outskirts of town.
So anyways, March 18th, 1994, Love calls the police and tells him that Cobain has himself locked in a room with guns threatening to kill himself. They get there. Kurt opens the door, lets them into the house, lets them into all the rooms. He says, I'm not locking myself in a room to kill myself. She's intolerable. Like, I cannot be around her, essentially, is what he says. They still rule this as a suicide attempt. They confiscate 3 guns and pills from the house.
How'd they confiscate his guns?
It's 1994. I don't know.
As a Second Amendment guy.
Total...
You're suicidal. The cops will take everything.
In total, I think they confiscated 8 or 9 guns, maybe 10 from him over the course of this. They took many, many guns.
Yeah, if your loved one says that you're suicidal and they show up and you're
that's
high
like a red
drunk,
flag law. Like where's your due process?
It doesn't matter. It's like like I've seen it happen on that Alaska State Trooper show. They'll come right in and fucking take all your shit.
Yeah, but they go the next day and get it back.
Well, yeah.
The red flag laws don't allow them to do that. I just wonder how it was there, because Washington is a very...
Like, what gun did he have? Like a fucking BB gun?
Well, no, apparently...
A Colt.
A 1911. Kudos to that.
Kudos.
He also had a shotgun.
Except for somebody I know that don't like 1911s.
Who?
What are you, Al?
Since the birth of Frankie, she's been taken away from them and then returned to them when she's about 7 months old because they're monitoring their heroin.
Now, how long was she taken away? Like, how long did they not have their daughter?
I think 5 months.
That's ridiculous.
Well, they were fucked up on heroin.
Well, I know, like.
I'm sorry, but
what I'm saying is not that the government was wrong for taking them away. What I'm saying is, what kind of fucking parent are you?
A heroin junkie.
If someone came and took my kids away, like, my kids are my life. Legit.
Right, yeah.
If someone came and said, you can't have your kids because you're fucked up.
Right, you're not.
Well, I would straighten my ass out.
You'd try. Which Kurt did. He did. He tried to get better, and he just didn't try hard enough, I guess. I don't know. I don't know exactly how it works.
Heroin has a hard grip on people.
Yes, yeah. It is. It's a difficult drug. It is.
So does alcohol. Like,
so there are a couple times.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, what are you...
Hey!
So
I don't know about that.
There are times during this where he gets clean, he starts having a rough time, He has stomach issues. He has back problems.
Scoliosis.
Anyways, he has stomach issues. He has back problems. He's in a lot of pain. This is him saying, like, I'm doing this to self-medicate. Like, nothing is helping me. Yeah. For a while, he is on a medication that does help him, but then it starts getting worse. I don't know if he gets off that medication or what.
This is why I do not take medication. That shit scares me.
So he starts doing
pain medication.
I hate taking pain meds.
Yeah. So March 25th, 1994, it gets to a point where the label and the band Nirvana put together an intervention, and Cobain agrees to go to rehab.
But doesn't Courtney Love call the intervention off at the last minute?
But they still do it because he still goes into rehab after.
But I thought she called it off.
I don't think so. Like, I think she was there.
The one video I saw said that like it got close and she got like jittery, like forget it.
I don't know. I didn't see anything about that. So he goes into rehab in LA. One night later, he steps out for a smoke. He climbs the 6-foot fence and takes a taxi to LA and flies back to Seattle.
6-foot fence. Like, that's going to keep anybody in.
Yeah, why?
Like, I can look over a 6-foot fence.
I can't. It might keep me in. I don't know. That's like twice my height I have to climb and jump down.
You're not 3 foot tall.
No, I mean, like, I have to climb up 6 feet and I have to go down 6 feet.
He opened the door on a gate on a 6-foot fence.
So he flies back to Seattle. Right before he leaves the airport, he calls Courtney, leaves her a message, say, I'm leaving. Bye. I'm going back to Seattle. So Courtney Love is supposedly still in LA during this time. He flies back to Seattle. He sees the nanny that's there. I forget his name. They call him Callie. He sees Callie. He talks to him. He's like, hey, man, like, I'm home, like, blah, blah, blah. He's like, where's Courtney? He's like, still in LA, I guess. Like, whatever. They're talking.
Whatever.
So then one morning, Callie says he wakes up. Cobain's on the end of his bed sitting there. Like, just, they talk for a little bit, hang out, whatever. And he's like, I'm going into town. I'll see you later. Callie's like, okay, cool, bye. Kurt goes into town. They say that he uses his card to buy like $40 worth of flowers, and there are some sightings of him with a woman, like an unidentified woman. So there are theories that say that Courtney thought, Kurt's cheating on me with this bitch. I'm gonna take him out.
Oh, I see where you go with this.
Yes.
I did hear that theory.
Yes. And then part of this theory is that she hired somebody else to kill him. This guy comes forward and says, hey, she offered me $500,000 or whatever it was to kill Kurt Cobain. A couple days later after he says this, he's found dead.
I did hear that.
That's suspicious to me. But they're in a drug ring. You know what I mean? They're like in this
yeah, when you
in a bad area.
When you interject drugs into anything,
it's bad. It's just bad. So
yeah, I think that makes you less credible.
So something happens. Courtney Love, I think, has a drug overdose in LA. So Callie flies down to LA so that he can take care of Frankie, because Courtney's going to rehab now, essentially. But the date that she got out of rehab doesn't line up, like, with when she was supposed to leave rehab, right? So they think that maybe she got out early, went up to Seattle, and offed him, or hired somebody else to do it, something like that.
Yeah,
so
I always thought that she didn't do it herself, but
somebody maybe I don't know.
Set it up.
So, on April 8th, 1994, Kurt Cobain's body was discovered by an electrician that was hired to put security cameras on the property. A suicide note was found near him addressed to his childhood friend, in which Cobain stated he had not felt the excitement of listening to or creating music and writing for too many years.
That's a reason to kill yourself.
High concentrations of heroin.
Well, when that art is all you have, when you feel like that's your sole purpose,
I don't buy it.
What? He's a drug addict. The only thing positive he has in his life is music.
So he writes this, whatever. They find high concentrations of heroin and traces of diazepam in his system. Diazepam is a tranquilizer, like a sedative. The coroner said that his body had been there for days, estimating April 5th, 1994 as his date of death. People questioned Callie as to why he didn't look in the room. Where did you think he was? Like, why didn't you search the house more? You know what I mean? He said, the first time that he talks to police, he says that it's just an unfinished room filled with wood. He didn't even think to go in there. The second time, he says he didn't even know the room existed.
Huh. Weird. I don't know about that.
Right, which is why it's suspicious.
Well, there's a lot of suspicious.
There's a lot of suspicious stuff.
But with any death, you can interject suspicion into it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, people said that he loved Courtney Love so much that was just the love of his life, and after Frankie was born, that was it. There was no going back. Like, he was just if he was going to live, it was going to be with them. So, and that's the story of Kurt Cobain.
So he died when he was 27 years old.
27 years old, white lighter.
Which leads me into my research.
Your last note.
There were several other.
It's called the 27 Club.
Yeah. So it's Jimi Hendrix, died in 1970 at the age of 27, drug overdose. Brian Jones of the Rolling Stones, one of the founding members, died in 1969 of a suspicious accidental drowning. Mm-hmm. Janis Joplin in 1970 of a heroin overdose.
Yep.
Jim Morrison, I don't think they ever figured out.
He died in a bathtub.
Yeah, they never figured out his cause of death.
Really?
Remains a mystery.
Stupid French.
That's in 71. In 2011.
What about Mama Cass? Isn't she on there?
I don't know. She was older than 27.
She died of a ham sandwich.
She was a mama. Amy Winehouse in 2011 of alcohol poisoning. And I can relate to that one. And Robert Johnson in 1937. And now, I didn't know who Robert Johnson was, but according to the research, Bob Dylan, Eric Clapton, Robert Plant, Rolling Stones, all used him as an influence for their music. And he was found dead along the side of the road, poisoned.
What?
And they believe it was a jealous wife's husband.
Jim Morrison is believed to have died by a heart attack brought on by a heroin overdose.
Right. Well, that's what they said, but
there was mystery.
The cause of death is not listed on the death certificate, I don't believe.
Yeah. That genre that Kurt's one girlfriend was from is called Riot Girl.
So
part of third wave feminism.
That is the story of Kurt Cobain.
Kirk Cobain.
One of my favorite runner-up theories for this is that Kurt Cobain faked his death and became Rivers Cuomo of the band Weezer. There is actually that last year during that tour, Weezer was also on a tour, and there's only one date that potentially overlaps, but it might be a misprint. So that means that it's possible. And if you look at them, they do have similar facial features. If you just take a look, there's some shit that you could change with plastic surgery. Like Kurt Cobain has that butt chin, and Rivers Cuomo does not. But that's like they have very
the whole
similar
Elvis conspiracy.
Yeah.
So there you have it, folks. We took on the death of Kurt Cobain.
And some other things.
And lots of other things.
Yes, music.
And now you go take on the world. Hold on, stop.
Welcome back to the Shit Show 2.0.
Okay, boomer.
Damn millennials. Wow.
Did not know that. Even flirters who are obviously mentally ill.
Oh, this is gonna go downhill real quick.